Good morning, students. Last time we had done that the properties of the constituents of a compound are different from the properties of the compound, and we had taken the example of carbon dioxide. And here is an activity. Carbon dioxide is formed when baking soda is treated with vinegar. So when we add vinegar to baking soda, carbon dioxide is formed. Take some baking soda. Baking soda is the soda which we are using in kitchen, in a small bottle, and add a little vinegar to it. And then you add vinegar to it, light a candle, and hold a folded piece of paper in a slanting position. And then you light one candle as it is shown here, and hold a folded piece of paper in this slanting position over the candle, and keep the mouth of the bottle near the upper end of the paper. And the mouth of the bottle is just kept. We don't pour it, the liquid. We just keep the mouth of the bottle near to this paper. You will find that the candle stops burning. Why? Because when we added vinegar to the baking soda, carbon dioxide is produced, and this carbon dioxide gas, being heavier, moves downward, and when it moves downwards, the candle goes off because carbon dioxide extinguishes fire. So keep the mouth of the bottle near the upper end of the paper. You will find that the candle stops burning. Since carbon dioxide is heavier than air, travels down the folded paper and reaches the flame. As the gas does not support combustion, the flame extinguishes. So the carbon dioxide does not support combustion, so the flame goes off. And the properties of water are different from those of hydrogen and oxygen. And here we are going to discuss the compound water. And you know, water is a compound of hydrogen and oxygen. And the properties of water are different from its constituent elements, that is hydrogen and oxygen. Here, properties and state: hydrogen is colorless gas, oxygen is also colorless gas, water is colorless liquid. Then properties: burn or support burning, whether these constituent element or compound burns or it supports burning. Hydrogen, it burns in air, or oxygen when it is kindled, and the oxygen, it supports burning, and water, it neither burns nor supports burning. So the properties of compound are different from those of its constituent elements. Next, atoms and molecules. Matter is not continuous. It is made up of very small parts called atoms and molecules. So the matter, it is made up of very small parts called atoms and molecules. Now, what are these atoms? If we continue to divide a sample of any element, say carbon, into smaller parts, we will ultimately get a part that cannot be divided any further. If we divide a sample of carbon into very small parts and keep on dividing it till where a part is formed which cannot be divided further, that is atom. In the 7th century BC, the Indian thinker Kannad gave the name Parmanu to such ultimate parts. Later, some Greek thinkers also came up with similar ideas and named these parts as atoms. So, these smallest particles were known as atoms, meaning uncuttable or indivisible. And in the 7th century AD, the British scientist John Dalton term them atoms. We will learn soon that it is the atom that take parts in the chemical reaction. Thus, an atom may be defined as follows. An atom is the smallest part of an element that takes part in a chemical reaction. So, atom is the smallest part of an element that takes part in chemical reactions. And the atoms have following characteristics. Number 1, atoms of an element are all alike, that is, they have same properties. So, the atoms of an element, they are all the same. They are not different from each other. That is, they have same properties. For example, the atoms of hydrogen are all alike, and so are those of oxygen and carbon. So if we talk of the atoms of hydrogen, they are all alike. And the atoms of carbon, they are also all alike. So atoms of any element are all alike. And the atoms of an element, second one, are different from those of others. So atoms of an element are different from those of others. So element of one element are different from the atoms of the other element. For example, the atoms of hydrogen are different from those of carbon and oxygen. Third, the atoms of an element show all the properties of the element. So the atoms of any element show all the properties of an element. For example, every atom of hydrogen will show all the properties of hydrogen. And every atom of oxygen will show all the properties of oxygen. So this is about atoms. And this much for today.